What can developers do with Office 365? Well, they can build custom business solutions using Office 2010, SharePoint 2010, and Exchange 2010. Beginning with Office, the first thing you need to know is that Office is still Office. There hasn't been any code change. Maybe the only change you'll see is in the help screen of any of the Office applications, and this is only if you're using the subscription model. Office development on the desktop remains the same. You can use Visual Basic for applications, COM add-ins, and Visual Studio Tools for Office to build custom solutions that meet your business needs. The key thing to know is that they only work on the desktop. They're not supported by the Office web applications, but maybe in the next version, as there are rumors of HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript that will allow you to build custom solutions for the web applications. Next is SharePoint Online, which gives you 3 ways to customize it for solutions. First, there's the browser and the SharePoint Designer, and then Visual Studio 2010, which is the only one that supports custom code solutions. The first custom code solution being Sandboxed Solutions. Sandboxed Solutions give you a core subset of the server object model. In essence, Sandboxed Solutions are a framework for developers to build SharePoint Online solutions, which they then hand over to administrators to upload when they're done. The administrator uploads the solution where they're available only at the site collection level. They're stored in the solution gallery, making them available to all sites in the site collection. This strategy of Sandboxed Solutions isolates the code and restricts access to things like the file system, external data, and external web services. The next type of custom code solution are the client object models. There are 3 types: the .NET, Silverlight, and ECMAScript. Each provides remote access to SharePoint data and features, making them ideal for things like Office add-ins, web applications, web services, console applications, and more. SharePoint Online also provides document services, like Access services and Excel services. Each of these allow you to take desktop versions of their files and publish them to SharePoint Online, making them available for a larger audience. With Access services, you can take an Access database and publish it to SharePoint Online, where it then acts as a web database. Publishing to SharePoint Online converts their objects to their SharePoint equivalents. Tables become lists, forms become HTML forms, etc. Now, there are several advantages to web databases. Users can use the web version without any need for Microsoft Access on their local system. The database is stored centrally, which makes it easy to distribute updates, and it keeps all users on the same version. Now, of course, you lose a few features, the most prominent of which are union queries, cross-tab queries, and support for Visual Basic for applications. Excel services work in a similar manner. You can take an Excel file and publish it to Excel services in SharePoint Online. You can publish either the entire workbook, individual worksheets, or specific items. Once in the cloud, you can access Excel elements by their URL, and you do this using web services, REST, or ECMAScript. Excel services allows for the sharing of data and logic contained in the Excel files. You can expose all or part of a workbook, you can show calculation results but hide the formula, and you can show summaries but not the raw data. All of this leads us to Exchange Online. And with the Exchange Web Services, you have a managed API that supports the cloud scenarios out of the box, and there's 2 of these. The first is to integrate Exchange data, things like calendar, contacts, email, and tasks. The web services give you full create, read, update, and delete capabilities. Extended properties allow you to do even more, like provide additional metadata and relate items to each other. The second scenario allows you to utilize Exchange's business logic within your custom applications. Using the web services, you can integrate Exchange features within your custom applications. Features like free and busy information, notifications, and data synchronization. From a developer's perspective, building solutions for Office 365 is largely the same as building solutions for Office 2010, SharePoint 2010, and Exchange 2010, with just a few exceptions. And that's good news and bad news. The best news is that your skills and knowledge of Office and SharePoint and Exchange make you ready for success with the Office 365 platform.